All of us throughout our lives, we are in search of completeness, in search of identity. To become complete and to identify ourselves, what we do, we have so many dreams, and half of our lives we work hard for what we are not. We are lucky if we become complete. What if we don't? What will be our state? So, with this kind of a theme, today we'll discuss Girish Karnad's play Hayavadana. Hi, I'm Sushma from Happy Learning YouTube channel. Today, friends, first let us discuss the meaning of Hayavadana. Haya means horse, Vadana means face, a horse faced man. So, today, the content of today's video is first we'll discuss the introduction of the play. Then characters. In very brief, we'll see who are the main characters. We'll not talk about all the characters, only main characters. Then summary. In summary, friends, you will have to understand that there are two plots. This is a subplot, and this is the main plot. Okay. Now, the subplot is Hayavadana, a man with horse face. Then the main characters are Devadatta, Kapila, and Padmini. So two stories are intertwined. So if we understand this, then it will be very easy for us to understand the play Hayavadana. Now let us see the introduction of the play. Okay. Now Hayavadana was written in Kannada in 1971 by a very famous playwright called Girish Karnad. It was written in 1971. And Girish Karnad himself translated it into English. Okay, that's very easy. Then the play is divided in two acts. It is having two acts. Okay, then now how he was inspired to write such a play. Girish Karnad was inspired by a German novelist's novella. It is written by Thomas Mann, and the novella is The Transposed Head. He was inspired by this novella to write Hayavadana. And this our Thomas Mann was inspired by Sanskrit story from Katha Sarathi Sagar. There he read a story and he wrote The Transposed Head. And by reading Transposed Head, Girish Karnad was inspired to write the play Hayavadana, a man with horse face. Now, what are the main themes? The main themes are incompleteness, as we earlier discussed. It's incompleteness. It's a search for completeness. Then search for identity and confusion. These are some of the main themes of the play. Now, the play is set in Dharmapura. Okay, so this is the small introduction of the play. Now, let us move on to the characters. Now, here I am discussing only main characters, not all the characters. Now, first character is Bhagavata. Bhagavata is very simple. He is a narrator of the story. He narrates, he tells the story, and also he comments on the events. He gives his opinion on the events. Okay, then he can read the minds of the characters. What all is going inside the mind of a character, that also is read by Bhagavata. So Bhagavata is a narrator. Okay, now the next character is Hayavadana. Now Bhagavata, actually he is telling the main plot of Devadatta, Kapila and Padmini. So what this Hayavadana does, he comes and disturbs him. He interrupts. Now this Hayavadana, he is having a horse head and a body of man. So here he represents incompleteness. He is neither a horse nor a man. Okay. Then the main character is Devadatta. Devadatta and Kapila are the heroes of Hayavadana. Now Devadatta is a son of a Brahmin. Okay, and his father's name is Vidyasagar. Now he being a Brahmin, he is a scholar and also a poet. He represents intellect or mind or brain of a man. Again, he is incomplete. So his brain is very active but not his body. Incompleteness. Then Kapila. Kapila is son of ironsmith. Kabbinada kelsa madava. And here he represents body, not mind. He's not very intelligent. He's kind of an average man. Okay, so again he's incomplete here. Now both of them, they have fallen in love with a girl called Padmini. And this Padmini, she wants both body and mind. She's very beautiful, very quick. Okay, so all this is Padmini's search for completeness. Let us see what happens in the main character's life. Okay, now talking about the summary of the play. The play begins with invocation to Lord Ganesha. A prayer song is sung to Lord Ganesha by Bhagavata, and is asking the blessing of Lord Ganesha so that their play can be performed successfully. And the play is set in a place called Dharmapuri, as I've already told you. Okay. Now, Dharmapuri, the king of Dharmapuri is Dharmashila. Dharmashila rules over the place. Now, what happens when he is narrating the story? A man comes. He is Hayavadana. Okay, and he's having half face of a horse and body of a man. So Bhagavata is confused to discover a strange being. He's half man and half horse. He's Hayavadana. Now his story is interrupted. Actually, he was supposed to introduce the characters. He was introducing the characters. A boy comes and tells that a strange creature is come on the stage. So his story is interrupted. So Hayavadana talks about his birth story with Bhagavata. He tells Hayavadana's birth story. So first, what Bhagavata thinks that Hayavadana is wearing a horse mask. But when he realizes that it's not a mask, it's a real face, then when he's convinced, Hayavadana narrates his birth story. Now he says that he is the son of Princess Karnataka. Okay, and a celestial being from heaven. So this Princess Karnataka, she came to a marriageable age. ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅವಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ, ಶಿ ಚೂಸಸ್ ಅ ವೈಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್. ಮದುವೆ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೊಂದು ವೈಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ವೈಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಶಿ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಶಿ ಲೈಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶಿ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾರಿ ದ ಹಾರ್ಸ್. ಹೂಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್? ದ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅರಬಿಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಹಾರ್ಸನ್ನು ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಅವಳು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ತಾಳೆ. For 15 years, they are very happy in their married life. After 15 years, suddenly the horse is turned into a human. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಆಗಿ ಅವನು ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆಗೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅವನು ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬದುಕಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಶಾಪ ವಿಮುಕ್ತಿ, how he can come out of the curse is that he should get the love of a human, then he'll be able to become a human. So because for 15 long years he has got the love of Princess Karnataka, so now he is turned as a a human, his original form. So after becoming a human, he requests his mother, Hayavadana's mother, Princess of Karnataka, that they should go and live in the heaven, their original home. But she is not happy with his human form. Actually, she wants him as a horse. So this horse, or who is turned as a human, he becomes angry and he curses Princess Karnataka to become a horse. So what she does, after becoming a horse, she is very happy, and she starts moving here and there, and she's happy with her life. So from their marriage, a kid is born, a child is born. He is Hayavadana, our Hayavadana. So he is incomplete. Okay, now so what he does, he has come to Bhagavata to ask a suggestion or ask kind of a solution to his problem, because he wants to be complete. Either he wants to be a human or a horse. So to that, Bhagavata gives a suggestion. He says that nearby there is a Kali temple. It is situated on Chitrakoot. So you go there. Kali is very powerful goddess, and whatever your wish is, she's going to fulfill it. Okay, and I'm very sure that she will change your head into human head. So this is the story of Hayavadana. I hope this is clear. So this is a kind of a very subplot in the play. Okay, now let us try to understand the characters of the play, the main characters, Devadatta. As I've already told you, Devadatta is the son of a Brahmin. He is a scholar and a poet. And Kapila is the son of ironsmith. Okay, he is very daring and physically very, very strong. Now what happens here is, they both are close friends. They are very thick friends. They are best friends. So the story runs among these people. Okay, now Devadatta, what he does, he has fallen in love with a beautiful girl called Padmini. And he comes and tells to his friend Kapila that I'm in love, I'm in madly love with a girl, Padmini. So what you do is, on my behalf, you go and propose to her for marriage. So what this Kapila does, Kapila goes to Padmini's house, and as soon as Kapila sees Padmini, even he starts loving her. No, that's the problem. Okay, but whatever it is, Kapila, what he does, instead of Devadatta, on behalf of Devadatta, he proposes, he gives a marriage proposal of Devadatta and Padmini. To that Padmini, she agrees. Now when Kapila has gone to Padmini's house, what this Devadatta does, he prays to God Rudra, Shiva, and to goddess Kali. Now see what he prays. He says that if Padmini agrees to marry with me, then I am going to offer my head to Rudra. Tale cut ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ರುದ್ರ ದೇವ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. I'm going to cut my hands and I'm going to give it to Kali. That's a prayer. Now see, if he dies, then how he will live with Padmini? So such a person he is. Okay, then what happens? They both get married. Okay, then after that Padmini becomes pregnant. So now what happens? Now after like their marriage, the story is fast forwarded to 6 months, and after 6 months we come to know that Padmini is pregnant. Now these three friends, they are friends now. Kapila and Devadatta were friends from beginning itself. Now Padmini also has become a close friend of Kapila. So now these three people, they decide to go on a trip to Ujjain. So Devadatta tells that because she's pregnant, it's not suitable for her to travel, and moreover, he is having a hint that even Padmini is attracted towards Kapila. So he says that he will tell that Padmini is sick, so they won't go to the trip. The trip will be cancelled, he says. So to that Padmini agrees. After some time, Kapila comes with a hired cart, because it's decided that they'll go to Ujjaini. Suddenly, after seeing Kapila, we don't know, Padmini changes her mind. Okay, and she tells that Devadatta and Kapila should go to trip. Then finally she says even she too will come. So all the three of them, they will go to the trip. Like when they're going on the trip, Padmini, she praises the driving skills of Kapila. And we see that Devadatta is a little bit jealous. Of course, anybody will be jealous when a wife is in the presence of husband, she's praising some other man. Then on the way, she's attracted to a flower, fortune lady flower. She's attracted to this flower. So what Kapila does, for her sake, he climbs a tree and he tries to take the flower. And when he's climbing the tree, Padmini is attracted to his body, his muscular body. So Devadatta observes it and he becomes jealous. And what Kapila tells, that nearby there is a temple of Rudra and Kali. Okay, in Chitrakoot. So we are nearby, let us go to the temple. Then suddenly Devadatta remembers that he has promised the god, if he marries Padmini, then he will offer his head and his arms to God. So what Devadatta does, he forces Kapila and Padmini to go to Rudra temple, where he will not come. So he convinces them to go to Rudra temple, and what this Devadatta does, meanwhile he goes to the temple of Kali. Okay, and what Devadatta does? He takes out his sword and he beheads himself. He offers his head to the goddess. Now these people, Kapila and Padmini, they come back to the cart, and for a long time, Devadatta won't return. So what this Kapila does, he goes in search of Devadatta. And there he finds in the temple that his head is severed. He's beheaded. So what this Kapila does, he takes the same sword and he beheads himself. So both are dead now. Now what will Padmini do? She waits and waits. And she's very anxious why they are not returning. So what she does, she goes in search of her husband and husband's friend, and there she finds the dead bodies of these two people. They both are beheaded. And what she does is she starts crying. She tells that, see, I'll be blamed by people. They'll tell me that I'm a whore. Because of me, both have died. So I too don't have option. I'm going to kill myself. She decides and she takes the sword. At this time, goddess Kali comes and she stops Padmini. She tells her, don't kill yourself. Okay, what you do is you attach the head of both the people and I'm going to give their life back. Okay, now at this point, Padmini is very curious. She asks, Mother, you're telling me not to die. Then why didn't you stop my husband from dying? Why didn't you stop Kapila, his friend, from dying? So she says, see, there are two reasons. First, I was feeling sleepy. Okay, they disturbed my sleep. That's one reason. And second reason is they were lying. ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು ಇಬ್ರು. ನಾನು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಇಬ್ರು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಸತ್ರೆ ಸಾಯಲಿ ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಯಾಕೆ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ? ವೈ ಡಿಡ್ ಐ ಸೇವ್ ಯು? ಐ ಸೇವ್ಡ್ ಯು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ದ ಟ್ರುತ್. Though you are very selfish, you spoke the truth that both loved you. Okay, now what lie is spoken by Devadatta? Devadatta, actually he offered his head to Rudra and his hands to me, Kali. And what he did? Instead of Rudra, he has given his head to me. So that's why I made him die. Okay, then what this Kapila did? Okay, Kapila, he will be blamed for his friend's death, he thought. Okay, because inside he knows that he loves Padmini, but he won't tell the name of Padmini. He says that my friend died because of my sake. Because of the fear, what he did, he killed himself. I saved Padmini only because she spoke the truth. Okay, so what this Padmini does, in hurry, she misplaces the head. On Devadatta's body, she places Kapila's head. On Kapila's body, she places Devadatta's head. Now there's a fight between Devadatta and Kapila. So at last Devadatta wins. Why? Because head is superior to body. So what happens? She's having here head of Devadatta and body of Kapila. So actually Padmini is very happy. She wanted this. She wanted a brilliant person and a very fit man muscularly. So she's very happy in a way. So what Padmini does is, Padmini and Devadatta, they go to the city after this incident. Then Kapila, what he does? He goes to the forest. Okay. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿರ್ತಾರಾ? Now let us see what happens. Now what happens? We know that Padmini is pregnant, so she gives birth to a son. ಒಂದು ಮಗುಗೆ ಜನ್ಮ ಕೊಡ್ತಾಳೆ. So she gives birth to a son. And what happens? Devadatta, as time passes on, actually is a Brahmin. His work is to read, write poems and things like that. He won't do any physical work. Because he has not done any physical work, his body has become very weak. And it has become like how it was before. Okay, so Devadatta has lost the muscular strength of his body. Now here there are two dolls. Dolls which are played by the child. The child plays with two dolls. These two dolls, what they do is they comment on the events here. Okay, then now Padmini, what she does, because Devadatta's body has grown very weak, in dream she dreams of another man. So the dolls comment that she's a shameless woman. She's dreaming of another man in her sleep. That means that she's aspiring for Kapila. She is aspiring for completeness. Okay, then what Padmini does, on the pretext she wants to meet Kapila. So what she does, Padmini tells, see, the dolls have become old. The two dolls who were commenting, they have become old. So Devadatta, you do one thing, you go to Ujjaini fair. ಜಾತ್ರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊಸ ಡಾಲ್ಸನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. On this, the dolls curse her. We know that why you are sending your husband, you want to meet Kapila. So what this Padmini does, when the husband is gone to Ujjaini, she takes her son and she goes in search of Kapila. She goes to the forest. And there, Kapila, to everybody's surprise, he has become again a muscular man because he does all physical work. Because of physical work, he has converted his weak body into a strong body. Then what she says, see, this child is yours because your body has given me this child. But he won't care for all this Padmini's comments. So this, like, it goes on for some while. Then what happens is Devadatta comes in search of his wife. And there Kapila tells that, see, we can do one thing. The solution is all of us, let us live together. Like how Pandavas and Draupadi lived. So one wife, two husbands and a son we have, and we can live happily. So to that, Padmini does not speak anything. She's mum because she wants it. She's in search of completeness. Then Devadatta asks to Kapila to bring his sword because the only solution is death. The death is the solution. If they die, the problem is solved, or else it cannot be solved because his wife, she wants a muscular body and a brilliant head, and that's not possible because I can't work hard because I'm a Brahmin and my work is reading and writing, not swimming and doing all physical things. So now what they do, they die. Padmini is left alone again. So what she does, she takes a child and she gives to Bhagavata. You remember the narrator. And she tells that for 5 years, the child should be given to the hunters. And the hunters should be told that this child belongs to Kapila, his son of Kapila. Okay, then after 5 years, the same child should be given to Vidyasagar. Vidyasagar, you remember, the grandfather of the child. And what she will do, she'll kill herself. So she'll commit sati. So here the problem is solved. 3 of them die. We don't know what, this is the solution given by Girish Karnad. Then after this, the horse comes singing. A boy comes and tells, see, there is a horse and in human song it is singing. Then afterwards it is discovered that it is Hayavadana. Hayavadana, he went to Kali's temple, and there what Mother Kali did, she was not having any patience to listen to Hayavadana's prayer. So in urgent, what she did, she made him a full horse and not a human. But the voice is left. He is having a human voice. And there a boy comes with 2 dolls. Remember whose boy it is? Padmini's son. And has a mole on his back, like how his father had, Mache. Then Hayavadana says, and now I'm complete horse. I'm very happy that at least I have become a complete, at least a horse. But I have a human voice, he says. Okay, but I'm incomplete because of my human voice. The boy sings a lullaby, Jogula. So this Hayavadana says, ಹಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಜೋಗುಳವನ್ನು ಹಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಥಮ್ ಹಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. No, I am going to sing a ಜೋಗುಳ. ಸೊ Hayavadana also tries to imitate. ಅದು ಹಾಡ್ತಾ ಹಾಡ್ತಾ ಅದು ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ವಾಯ್ಸು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. It starts neighing. So now Hayavadana has become complete. Now the child, after being trained for 5 years in the forest, now it will go to Vidyasagar. He's handed over to Vidyasagar. So Vidyasagar is sent a message that his grandson will be sent on a white horse. That is Hayavadana. So this is the summary of the play, and the play ends with again prayer to Lord Ganesha. Okay, this is the search of identity with lot of confusion. When no solution was found, the main characters, they die. In the case of Hayavadana, he is completely turned into a horse, and the child's future also became secured because he was sent to his grandparent. Okay, so I hope this video was useful. If you have any doubts, you please leave in the comment box. I'm going to answer it. Thank you very much.